losses, mark the word, significant losses for the year under audit. Whereas the net loss from the previous financial year has reduced by 26.5%. It remains a matter of concern and grave concern to us that we continue making losses, and the losses we are making are in billions of money. I think this time the losses we made are to the tune of 237.8 billion. And one, tell us why we are making losses. Two, efforts in place. Three, how can we be of assistance? Four, are you the problem? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask something? The other side. But an airline is not like a supermarket. So this company itself should be able to tell us when were they supposed to make profit, because you have sunk in capital, you have sunk in a lot of money. At what time were you supposed to make profit? That's very important, Mr. Chairman. Secondly, did Uganda invest in airline to look at cash returns, or there are some other benefits? And
you overruled on that.
So what contribution do they make to the economy also is very important.
Yeah, the contribution to the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where the question is coming from, but the first is you made a disclaimer. And now for those of us who studied disclaimers in depth, they do not take away liability.
Because
they do not extinguish liability.
We are looking at loss.
They limit liability. They are not extinguishing clauses. They are exemption clauses.
Okay.
So let her answer my questions.
Thank you.
Yours may wait. Thank you. Please answer.
Chair, we note that the loss was also significantly reduced. And you asked a very pertinent question: what did we do and what can we do? And you also asked a question on how can you help, or whether we are the problem. So I'm going to answer them concurrently, Chair. Chair, the largest contributor to our losses is highly fuel costs, followed in this financial year, followed by depreciation, and then what we call crew allowances. These are significant. These have had a significant impact on our operational performance. Chair, mark my words, I said largest contributor. Now, the other costs we have, we put them in two tranches. We have direct costs and we have indirect costs. So you asked a question, or the honorable members asked, when the government has put in a lot of money, we have losses. And Chair, the things we are doing internally, and which significantly brought down the cost, the losses, is we are working hard to manage our costs. We're renegotiating contracts. When the contracts come to an end and we have done a bidding process, we make sure that we negotiate them to the bone and look at any clauses that are contentious that can help the airline be able to manage.
Like which ones have you negotiated that have reduced our costs or that are likely to reduce our costs? And here we're asking for particular terms and specifics. What I want to hear is this: we were buying fuel from company X, Sibambi Limited, at a cost of 5,000. When we went to Mwijushe, Uganda Limited, or Isinjiro Limited, we
have companies that have been providing spare parts for the different aircraft type. Now, one of our suppliers, Lufthansa Technik, has been providing us spare parts for the CRJs. But they have now informed us they will not continue to support the CRJ as an aircraft. And that means we had to go back into the market and look for companies that can support that aircraft. And Chair, we have noticed a significant reduction. One of the companies we've approached is an American company, which has given us a significant reduction, will give us of about $100,000 a month. Because with Lufthansa and other spare part suppliers, we have to pay a monthly retainer. So this will enable us not to have...
Retainer.
Yes, sir.
For colleagues, retainer means that for you to be there ready to support us, we are paying you this much, irrespective of whether you supply or not. I hope my understanding is correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's one of them, sir.
Before that, you know, it started from fuel. Would you be in a position to tell us, have you negotiated and come to conclusion, or you're still negotiating?
Chair, we will answer that in two-pronged, right?
Yes.
So let me first conclude on the matter
Okay.
of the different mitigation measures.
Mitigation or leakages?
No, mitigation to manage our costs in order to reduce our loss.
Yes, mitigation comes with the leakage, where the leakage is coming from and the mitigation.
Okay, sir.
So, yeah.
Okay, sir. Honorable, one of the other strategies we've had is self-handling. Uganda Airlines, when we started in 2019, we were using other suppliers. We had Enhance at the time, and now DAS, and then at one point we also worked with Menzies. We still do on the cargo side, but we since started our own self-handling project. So we were able to save some money, about $250,000, roundabout, because we were paying for equipment hire, a lot of things, but at a bulk in a big way.
That is by employing your own people to do
We
that.
employed our own people, we have our own equipment, so we manage our own processes, Chair.
Does that take into account the other associated costs like insurance, pension, gratuity, eventually, workers' compensation? Do you take into account all that?
Yes, we do, sir. So really, what happens with these handling companies? You're charged if you delay, you're charged if you make changes to your schedule, you're charged for every little thing. Now, because we're handling ourselves, we get to absorb some of these charges that would have come to us, Chair.
Okay.
The other one is what we call AMO. AMO is the Approved Maintenance Organization. It's like it's a project where we handle our own aircraft in terms of maintenance. So we have a team of engineers. Some of them have come back. They are Ugandans. Most of them have returned back home, and we work on the CRJ. They maintain the CRJ. And in the past, Chair, we had SAMCO. SAMCO was a supplier that was handling our CRJ maintenance. When the contract ended, we took it on and got approval from CAA. Chair, we saved about 2 million euros annually from that process. So, Chair, this gives you an idea that we are working hard to manage our losses, Chair. You asked a question. When do we expect to make profit?
No, before that,
You asked.
yeah, yes, Honorable Kwizera asked that question.
Why the losses?
Why the losses? is
That
the
I've
question.
explained in the costs.
Partly,
Now, the other
yes,
costs
but
we
tell
have.
me about the CRJs
Yes, sir.
and their spares and maintenance.
Yes, sir.
What is the trouble with dealing with the manufacturer and probably the people who negotiated the purchase?
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't we have catered for that in the negotiations? I mean, maintenance, supply of spares, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Are there still a production of CRJs? globally?
Thank you, Honorable, for your question. To answer the last part, no. The CRJ is no longer in production. And Bombardier sold to Mitsubishi everything to do with CRJ. And indeed, you've asked an interesting question that, yes, we do have challenges with these spares. And the challenges come in the fact that the global market is undergoing supply chain challenges. For example, there's a new phenomenon that we call hoarding. It's known mostly in fuel or if you're having economic issues. So these spare parts are hoarded. And we have processes internally to be able to release, for example, what we call an AOG is an aircraft on ground, has specific timelines it should be on ground. Depending on whether you'll be able to find the spare part or if the team has also been able to troubleshoot and find out the problem within that time frame, then you don't need to involve external. So under normal circumstances, it should be at least 72 hours, normal circumstances. So that means you're also able to get the spare part either in your store or you order for it from the creditors that you have, the people that have credit, that like, for example, Lufthansa, for example.
Those you have retained?
Yes, those you have retained. Sometimes, Chair, we find that we don't have, those spare parts are not available because they are hoarded. And by the time you process the monies the price has gone up because someone else has picked it up. So yes, we do have a challenge with spare parts, and it's a huge challenge, and especially
Did
when...
you participate in the sourcing for these aircrafts?
No, Chair, we didn't.
Who participated in the negotiations, I mean in the procurement?
Chair, there was
Because
a
if there is no production globally now, it means that, yes, there is a problem with the team that negotiated or that procured.
Chair, thank you for your question. Business implementation plan that was drafted and developed by a task force that was put together to set up the airline with the support of NPA. And this task force had pilots, had engineers, technical people. Had
Now, I want to speak like any other ordinary Ugandan who
Yes, sir.
asks a question.
Yeah.
How do you go in the market, get me something, and a few years later, you tell me there is no production? Because once there is no production, it means, one, that I will not have spares. Two, I'll acquire them expensively. Three, I'll get used spares. And you know how sensitive that can be to the industry.
Chair, your comments
Yes.
are our sentiments.
They are your sentiments as well.
Yes, sir.
You see where I'm coming from, colleagues? And please pause there because it's something we need to interrogate. Honorable Mizuche?
Yeah, about why losses. But, Chair, I should have said that I'm a shadow minister for Works and Transport. And I've had many reports in regard to losses. For example, I have heard that there is ticket price manipulation. I have heard. I've also heard about ticket fare tampering.
No, you're going into tickets.
No, I'm just giving an example. You asked why losses. And the answer she gave really is not satisfactory. Because
No, at the time you came in, we were following up a matter of the availability or otherwise of spares. Would you pause a bit? We'll conclude this. We'll come back.
I heard the team leader saying that none of them was part of the team that did the procurement. And Mr. Chairman, our constitution is very clear. Matters of accountability, even if the person has seized office, he can still be called to account, Mr. Chairman. So through you can we know the team that participated in the procurement, and if you need to be chairman, use your powers in Article 90 to summon whoever was in charge to come and account. Thank you, Mr.
I
Chairman.
have guided before that I will not summon ramifications. Okay.
Maybe, Chair, in addition, who was in charge? Because the records must be in office.
Tell us from your records who.
Chair, at the time, the CEO of the company was Ephraim Bagenda.
Bagenda.
Yes, Ephraim Bagenda. But the task force also had a technical team that was assigned to the airline. Some of these individuals are no longer in the country. Some of them are working with us. So the CEO at the time was Ephraim Bagenda, and the technical
Task force.
Yes, of the task force, and then later CEO of the airline. Then the technical advisor was Conwell Mulea.
Who?
Conwell Mulea.
Conwell, oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, Chair.
That was all.
There were the other members of the task force. Chair, I would have to get you a whole list.
Please send us a list.
Okay.
Today is Thursday, by close of business tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Proceed with the other questions. Difficulty in spare parts.
Thank you, Chair, for your question. One of the discussions that we are having as a management team and about to have with our board, because we have a fleet team. That fleet team discusses the future of these. When we benchmark our partners or competitors or fellow airlines that have the same type of aircraft, they are phasing them out at 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12 years. So most of them have come to the 11th year in those neighboring countries. And ours is coming since 2017. We're still within. I want to also say that it's a plane that fits the short regional routes. Yeah. So we are finding it a bit of a challenge to find something that fits, because 75-seater jet is fast enough and
stable.
And stable too. So it's a conversation we're having internally, and based on what I've said, what our neighbors are doing, 10 years. So we are looking at the same
10
range.
years, would you have recouped the money we injected?
Chair, not likely.
Sorry?
Not likely.
Not likely.
Yeah.
So by
Chair,
the time we phase them out, we would not have recovered our money.
No, Chair, what I explained to you,
Yes.
the routes that this aircraft operates, it does Nairobi, the routes that are under 4 hours.
I know, I have taken,
You've taken it.
quite a number of them.
Beautiful. So what that means is that for it to be able to recoup, it has to do frequencies that are much higher. And we've been trying to do that. But we've also noticed that the more we push it, the more it starts to get like your car.
Actually, you accelerate the depreciation.
Yes.
That's the word.
That's the word.
So for that reason, we will not recover.
As we discuss, we'll
As
be
an
able...
investor, I also want to hear the word profits are growing.
So that's a good one, Honorable Chair. So as we discuss, we'll be able to give you answers to that comment you've just made. We look at it more as break even. So we ask ourselves, when will Uganda Airlines break even? Break even is where our revenues and our costs are at par, or where I would say that the profit and loss is at par, meaning that we are making enough revenue to pay our costs. We might not necessarily have profit, but we are meeting our expenses. Chair, the airline doesn't have only a good story. We also have some challenges. We have numerous challenges with our fleet. As we expand, you realize that the fleet we have, the 4 CRJs and the 2 Airbus, have a discordance in terms of capacity. So the CRJs are unable to operate the routes that are beyond a certain hour. So that means that on some of these operations, we limit the number of passengers so we don't operate optimally. And that is why government has been gracious to approve some mid-range aircraft. And we're having those discussions with our Ministry of Works and Transport as well as Ministry of Finance for a time when we will be able to, they will start to make these payments. We've also developed a 10-year strategy, which is in five.
I thought you had given us timelines of acquiring them being September this year.
No, sir. They go according to the slots that the manufacturers give you. Because after pandemic, there was the COVID pandemic, there was a rush to make orders. So many of the big airlines have made orders as much as 100 or 200 aircraft. So us, the small ones, when we come, actually, as a matter of fact, our slot is 20.
We are a big airline.
Thank you for the correction,
Are we
Honorable.
not the biggest in Uganda?
Yes, in East Africa, probably.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable. So,
By the way,
Yes,
you are the most efficient,
thank you, Honorable.
notwithstanding the other troubles. You are the most efficient in the region.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you. Yeah. So, like I was saying, Honorable, that the slots we have for the aircraft is 2030, 2031. But that's tentative. It's dependent on when payments can be made. So these are the conversations we are having. Yeah, so Chair, that was the preamble I wanted to give you to enable us to start off.
Thank you. Oh, procedure. Procedure, Itungo, procedure, then Honorable Gaffer.
I'm a member of Parliament for Kashara South in Imbara District. Chair, I want to welcome the team and I want to appreciate the submission. But Chair, in your submission, I was expecting you to talk about the routes we operate because my people in Obudo, Busiro, and the other parts, they may want to know which routes are we operating as Uganda
Of course, the
Airlines.
Kashari people may not be interested in that.
Chair, that is one. Then, Chair, me as a farmer from Kashai, I want to know which route is a
We
cash
carry
cow.
cows.
Yes, Chair, there must be a cow that milks for the other routes. So, which route is profitable in terms of whatever?
Is
The route
profitable.
is yes. Then, Chair, I also want to know the issue of visas. You know, this, especially the route to UK. The issue of visas, getting a visa to UK is like getting a horn from a dog. So how are you looking at the issue of visas to UK vis-a-vis the profitability of that route? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But because it was not a procedural issue, it was just smuggled.
Okay.
But
Thank you,
later
Chair.
respond.
Thank you, Honorable, for the London being the newest. Yeah. So we operate two sets of routes. We have the regional routes. We fly to Nairobi, Mombasa, Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam, Kilimanjaro, Juba, Mogadishu, Bujumbura, South Africa, Johannesburg, Kinshasa. Those are the regional routes. Now, those routes are operated by the CRJ. Then there's Lagos and Abuja. Then there's Lusaka and Harare. Those are operated with a mix of a CRJ and an aircraft A320, and sometimes the A330, which is the Airbus. Then the long-haul routes, we fly to Mumbai, Dubai, and London. Chair, the Honorable asked about the profitable routes. I would not call them profitable as such, but I would say the routes that are promising and making revenues for us. Nairobi is our first route, followed by Juba, followed by Mogadishu. And we see Kinshasa coming up as well as London coming up. But London is really, because of the high season now, we see a lot of uptake out of London for the past 2 months. Honorable, We also have a plan in the next financial year to start domestic operations.
Because in my constituency, Nyachara is ready for you.
Yes, sir. Now, the start of domestic
I thought you would start with those that would give us revenues.
the ones that give us revenues.
That Nyachara.
During Obote's time, Nyachara was a cash cow for the airlines.
That's why.
Mr.
It
Chairman,
What
the-
happened?
Yes, Honorable Kwizera.
Chair, he
No,
asked,
just before.
Mr. Chairman, I want to supplement what our colleague is saying.
I know he also has a Nyachara.
No, with us we have an airport.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, from here to Chisoro, we pay $320.
Okay.
And wouldn't they find it profitable to also have internal flights? Because from here to Kenya, you may find the same money.
No, it's not the same money.
Yeah.
We are talking during this financial year, and the promise is next financial year.
Honorable, that's a discussion we've had with different stakeholders because it has come up as an issue. Even when we were launching the route, we had engagements with the different foreign embassies, foreign affairs, and it remains a sticking point. They are unable to do changes because of their internal reasons, which they did not quite elaborate. So we keep engaging them because it has come up as a cry, even for us as an airline, because when people book, they don't get visas, so they have to cancel and wait. Yeah, so it's an issue that is still being discussed, and we're hoping that Ministry of Foreign Affairs can be able to continue that discussion, sir. Thank you, Honorable.